potentially. Tim Ryan, who we just talked to, mentioned that he wants Kamala Harris to be at the top of the ticket. We actually have our own Nidia Cavazos, who is interviewing Kamala Harris right now.
Whoa.
Let's see if we can take that live here and get our first reactions from the Vice President.
Take on yesterday's Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity. We know that Chief Justice Roberts said that the president is not above the law. What's your take on this?
Well, let's just be clear. It's one of the foundational principles in our system of justice that no one is above the law. And when we have a candidate in Donald Trump who's openly said he'll be a dictator on day one, that he will weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies, it is very likely that he could be immune from those kinds of acts. And we have to take seriously the stakes of this election in terms of the thought that we could have a president in the White House who thinks he's immune and able then to make decisions with that office that include weaponizing the Department of Justice against his political enemies or being a dictator on day one.
And speaking about stakes, you just came out of a fundraiser. We know that many in your party have expressed concerns about President Biden's health. Just this morning, Congressman Doggett said that he's calling on President Biden to withdraw from the race, given that there's too much at stake to risk a Trump victory. What's your response to this?
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period.
Are you ready to lead the country if necessary?
I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so you can see there, obviously, the biggest topic of the day at the end there. You know, she has been mentioned by some, as I mentioned. You know, Tim Ryan has been advocating for her at the top of the ticket. What are you all hearing about that possibility?
Oh, look, I hear Democrats just as much as they feel good about, you know, Joe Biden or have felt good about Joe Biden. They feel just as good about Kamala Harris. And I think it's no small consequence that Kamala Harris has really spent a lot of time building up her public profile, really sharpening her public appeal. I think she was strong there. I think she was strong the night of the debate, defending President Biden. And I'd imagine in any scenario, you're going to see a lot more Kamala Harris.
I mean, it's notable that she just did that pull aside right there with our own Nidia Cavazos. I mean, that signals that she wants to be out there, right?
Kamala Harris has been on fire. She's out there. She is incredible at prosecuting the case on reproductive rights against Donald Trump. I hear a lot of good things about her right now from the operatives chattering class out here in D.C.
And notably in the debate, the president really struggled to articulate the party's position on reproductive rights.
Good gift for Nidia.
Great gift for Nidia Cavazos. Let's give her a big shout out right there, our star campaign reporter. Christian and Joel, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.